Cell today. It's me, Ben, and back here with Joe. We're here to do a time query today. Joe is super excited about this. He was telling me all about it, so he's super excited to share that how he's figured out measuring time in Excel. Yeah, good morning, everyone.
Hey, good morning. Good morning.
I got a mug from. I think I haven't used this one yet. It is Godiva chocolate. Maybe I have. Again,
Oh,
they didn't pay us to advertise or anything like that. No paid advertising, but this
you hear
came
that?
this came filled with like a whole bunch of Christmas stuff. It was one of their Christmas gifts. So like there was hot chocolate in here and everything like that. I actually didn't drink the hot chocolate. I did eat the chocolate pieces that were in there though. So
What? Oh, I would have drank that hot chocolate. Godiva's good. They have some great chocolate. I once again ran out of mugs still, so we might have to change this segment. Um, but yeah, I have this. I don't know. I think it's Pets, the movie Pets, for my son. So
did you get that from 7-Eleven? That looks like one of their promo
it,
Slurpee cups.
it might have been. It might have been. It says don't put it in the microwave though, so or else he'll melt.
I guess we could do like random CD cases. That's something that most people don't have. Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I could even like demo one. Here's an original StarCraft
Oh, wow.
CD-ROM.
Wow.
Everything.
That's pretty cool. That's
Yeah.
probably worth money.
Nah. Oh, if you guys, I'll give you everyone just a quick tip. This is very quick, but if you guys are looking into getting something that's a collectible thing that hasn't taken off yet, like 100%, factory wrapped video games, specifically sports games with very popular players on them. If you have those, like you never opened it up, it still has the factory sealing on it. You can sell those for actually pretty decent money, and there's still a lot of them out there that you can find for like $5 or $10. So
Oh, wow.
just a FYI, guys.
It's just these little things. You know what I mean? Like, just people get super excited about this stuff, or maybe it's nostalgia, but that's awesome.
Yeah, actually, I had a friend who just finished a documentary about it that'll be releasing soon. Maybe we can have him on the show to talk about it.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
Then we can move on with
yeah,
yeah.
he's produced quite a few movies. Probably stuff you guys never seen. He's usually on the smaller screen. You've probably seen a ton of his work though. He does mainly insurance commercials. So like you've seen his work. Believe me, if you've watched TV in the U.S., you've seen his work.
That's impressive though to say that. Yeah, I would love to have him on the. I mean, to just talk about the industry and everything.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool too. Anyways, just some updates on the channel. We are still releasing a video a week right now. We do have a backlog that's building. We will have Illustrator Advanced coming up tomorrow, right after the offsite event, which with Carly. It'll just premiere right after that. And then next week we have cybersecurity for end users. It's going to be a cybersecurity class, how to best protect yourself and best practices. That is also being done by David Casuto, who did the Adobe series for us. And then after that, we'll probably be doing either Power BI or Project. We have some updates with Trish Connor Cato. She's done incredible work for us on the videos that I've seen come in from her. And we have a whole, like I said, we have a whole bunch of videos that are being currently produced. We do have the Word videos that Foz just finished as well, and we'll get those up. We're working up to 2 videos a week. That should kick in around August because our backlog should be at that point where we can support that. So again, I know we're trying to get it to three training videos a week plus Excel today, and then obviously offsite. So it's happening, and we're getting more of those videos done. We should have Foz on though one day to talk about something. I think that'd be a good show.
Oh yeah, definitely. Foz is an amazing character. He is,
Yeah, he is.
And he's so passionate about learning.
Yeah, he's very passionate, and like his videos, everyone loves his videos. Everyone is always commenting on like how great of a job Foz is doing. So yeah, we should get him on the show.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. I mean, he works here. It's easy to reach out.
I mean, it's probably the easier guest that we could get on the show, and we just haven't. All right, let's schedule a Foz in for like next week.
And then as far as guests go, in August, we're going to have Brian Lanier on. He's going to talk about diversity and inclusion. And then we also may have a web developer on. I gave him a lot of dates, so whatever date he chooses will be coming on, but he's super hyped to come on and talk to you guys about web development as well. So we've got some guests coming back, and then I do want to reach out to Chelsea. I've been meaning to do it, but I just keep running out of time. So I'll reach out to Chelsea and see if she can come back. I know everyone loves her here as well. And let me just say good morning to everybody. Good morning, Shara, Juan, Ashraf, Jeffrey, EW, Van Tonder, and Sue. Good morning.
Morning, everyone.
All right. All right. Well, Joe, you were telling me yesterday that you had found out something about you've had an issue with measuring time in Excel for a long time,
Oh,
and you had just figured out a query to do it, and you wanted to share it with everybody. So I'll
yeah.
let you take it away, man.
Thanks. Yeah, Ben. So, I mean, for those of you that are on here that ever used anything to do with timing in Excel, it's impossible. You try to subtract the time, maybe you have a start time, end time, you just want the duration of the time. It just doesn't work. And it's very frustrating, and it's been very frustrating for many people. And in many of my Excel classes, they always ask me, and I'm like, I have not found an easy way to do it except for manually entering in that duration. So,
Joe,
but
I just added 10,000 dates to a schedule and I had to manually put in like copy and paste time into there.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just horrible. But I didn't even think about the extension of Excel, which would be Power Query, to actually create a query. Now, not only are you going to be able to query this now, but you will be able to add data to the original data and then refresh the query, and it will automatically do the calculation for you. It's amazing. We're going to do it right now. I love it.
Dude, you should have found this out like a month ago. You would have saved me like a week of work. Seriously.
I know. You know how much life I would have saved myself? How many minutes I just
Oh,
cried away?
I did so much overtime doing that, man. Like you have no idea.
It's insane.
All right.
It really is. It's horrible.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
let's get your screen up there. All right, sweet.
And if you want to follow along, can everyone see my screen? Ben, you think my screen's good?
Everyone should be able to see your screen. If you guys have any issues seeing your screen, let us know. If that just means the OBS isn't working properly. And then, yeah, if you guys want to follow along, just open Excel. We're starting from a blank workbook here.
That's it. Blank workbook. We're building this from the ground up. So what I want to do here is this. I just want to create a scenario in my mind where I am a CEO because it makes me feel good inside. And we can all do that today. We're all CEOs. And I'm doing scheduling for my company. And I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm going to do the name. I'm going to do the time that they came in. So I'll say start time and end time. Just super simplistic for this example. And what I'm going to decide to do here is list my employees, mark the time they come in, or even have them do it. Who knows? Or maybe I'll have like a sheet hanging and I grab that sheet at the end of the day and I just start putting the time and end times in. And essentially, what I want is over here, I want to do a total hours. So the total hours that my entire team worked today. And I'll do this on a daily basis. So I might even put this in like as today's date and just continue with different tabs, whatever I want. So kind of moving forward with that thought process, you can create any schedule you want. I'm just going to keep it really simple so you can get the idea of how to do this. And then you can just run with it because I'm sure most of you probably have scheduling systems that are a little more advanced than just these three categories here. But just to keep it simple, let's put in some names here. I'm going to put in my name, of course, and Ben's name, of course. Let's put in a couple of my friends here. Sammy. Let's do Liz. Let's do Michael. And then let's do...
Don't forget about Dre. Don't forget about Dre.
Dre? All right. There you go, Dre. I put you in. You're at number 7 there. So now I'll just put in some start and end times. And I'm just going to format these cells right here by going up to the top. And I'm going to change it to a time. So I'm thinking this is going to be really good. Now I'm just going to put in some random times. I'll say that I came in at 8 a.m., which me and Ben came in at 8 a.m. together. Sammy's going to come in at 9 a.m. Let's do a little 30-minute increment as well. Let's say that Liz starts at 10:30 a.m. Sorry, Liz, you're coming in late. Michael, you came in early because you are a trooper. You came in at 7:45 a.m. And Dre, you came in at 9 a.m. as well. So we have a couple of random times here. Now, if you're following along, I'm going to give you a second to put in some times. You could put in the same times or random times. And while you're doing that, I'm just going to grab my annotation tool here, which is one of my favorite tools to use. Okay, so same thing here. I'm just going to put in random end times. I'll say today I'm going to be working until 5 p.m. We'll say then you're working until, then what time do you work until?
Well, if I'm starting at 8, 5 as well.
All right, so 5 p.m. Sammy is going to work until 4 p.m. Liz, you're getting out at 4:30. You know what? Let's keep it 4 as well so that we get that 30-minute increment in there. Michael, you're going to be leaving at 3 since you came in a little earlier. And Dre's leaving at 4. So we have our times. Perfect. We have the name of the employee, what time they came in, and what time they ended. Now, a lot of people always ask me, Joe, I just want to put right here the total duration of that shift. And I'm like, well, you can't do it no matter how much you want to try to do it. For instance, if I wanted to, I could do equals the end time minus out the start time. And it's not as good as I want it, right? It turns into like a 9 o'clock, which I'm sure it's calculating 9 hours, but it's turning it into time. And then you would have to go to general, and then it looks like that. Or if you put it into number, it just makes no sense. So it's almost impossible to do a total duration like this. Instead, what I want to do is I want to take all of this information and I want to change it into a query so that it loads into a query. Now, Power Query is made to transform data, and we go by the ETL, which is to extract the data from somewhere, connect it to the Power Query, transform it, and then load it back in. And that connection stays connected throughout that whole process. So even though I might have data already here, later on I can add data to this, and it will automatically transform it when I refresh the query, which is going to be awesome. So what we're going to do now is we're going to click anywhere within our little table here that we've created, and we're going to go to the data tab. That's where the Power Query lives. And we're just going to simply select from table or range, because that's what this is. This is a range of data. Now, you'll notice that when you select get data from table or range, it will turn your data into a table. So that's just normal, and it's actually very beneficial for us. So we're going to click anywhere in the middle here, from table or range. And it's going to open up this little dialog box. It's just going to say, well, Joe, where's your table? Well, we already selected it, so we're good to go. The next thing you're going to want to be sure to do is say that your table has headers, because it does. It has name, start time, end time. And I'll click OK. And it's going to work. It's going to pull it right into our Power Query. And if you've never used Power Query before, Power Query is it's a Microsoft product, so it's similar to using Excel. You have tabs, you have the ribbon, and you have different commands. Now, the minute you pull this into Power Query here, what ends up happening is you'll see that it changed the formatting, which I don't like that it did that. So I always come over here to applied steps and I change it back. So I'll change type. I'll click an X near that. Now, after I do that, I like to go up here to the formatting. This is where you'll see the little formatting options. And if you click on it, all you have to do is just choose time, because that's what this is. And it'll choose back to the original formatting there. Boom. So now we have the original data. And now we're going to do something that Excel cannot do. We're going to create a new column that subtracts the end time minus the start time to give us that total duration. Super simple. We're going to click on end time. I know it's selected because it's in that green shadow here. And if I hold the control key, I'll select then the start time. Now, since we want to add a column, it's going to be in the add column command group here. So if you click add column, it's going to open it up. And all the way to the right, in the from date and time command group, which is the blessing in disguise that I never knew about, you're going to be able to click on time and subtract it. Okay? So it's going to subtract the end time minus the start time. And when I do that, look at that, it creates the duration. Now, I know what you're saying. It doesn't look good. But guess what? We can now select this subtraction column. And right next to the time that we just used, we have duration. We're going to give it a click and just simply do total hours. And it's going to format it in a better way, like this. And now we have the total hours duration. So I don't need this subtraction. We could delete that column. Just select the column, go to home, and remove it. And we have exactly what we want now. We have the name, start time, end time, and the total hours that were worked between those two times. Now, I'm not done because it's going to get even better. The last thing to do here is just close and load it. And you can close and load it by going to the Home tab and clicking on Close and Load. It's going to load it up for us. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to name this loadout. I'm just going to call it, at the bottom, it's called Table 1. I'll call it Actual Data. And on the sheet 1, this is where our original data was. So I'm going to call this Enter Data Here. Because what we've done is we've created the system now where we're going to enter the data here, but then we're going to get the actual data over here. So if I get another employee that walks in and I'm like, oh, let me grab that. What time did you come in? What time did you leave? And we'll say, let's call this employee, I don't know, let's call it my son's name, Leo. And Leo comes in at, let's say, 11 o'clock. I'm going to put in 11 a.m. Leo only stayed for a couple hours till 2 p.m. All right, so I just put this in here. Now I can go to the actual data, just simply click on the query and refresh it. And what will happen is, boom, boom, Leo's hours will get in there, total hours, 3 hours. And then you can play around with this. You can like select all of these, do a total hours for the week here, total hours for all employees, and just do a simple sum function. And it will update every single time. So that is how you do it. I think that it's so amazing because of the fact that it's always been a difficult thing for me. And now we have a system here that works perfectly. So anytime that I add someone new here, we'll add just one more employee. We'll call it Jane. Jane comes in at 9 o'clock and leaves at 3:30. Now all we have to do is go to the actual data and just go on the query and refresh it. And there it is, updates our total hours, and it looks beautiful. So that is our cool little topic for today. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments what you thought of it, or maybe if you have a better way, or maybe this is going to save you a lot of time, because that's what I wanted to do. The minute I discovered this, I was like, I got to put it on our show. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed.
Wow, that was great, Joe. I could have saved myself a ton of time if I had known that tip. Just with some hardcore data entry stuff I had going on there. Let's see. We do have a question here from Bill. San, I just want to get. I've been talking to you in chat, and the Excel Advanced one. You just want to check the chapters. There should be one that starts on pivot tables in there for the Excel 2019 Advanced one. If you're looking at the Excel 2016, it'll be the Excel 2016 Intermediate video. That has the pivot tables there that we were talking about. But I do want to get to Bill's question here. Can you add additional rows and information on the actual data tab?
So you could if you wanted to, Bill. Yes. So if I went back and I added some rows and columns, you can pull it into the query. That's okay to do. Like if I added like a Henry or something, it will extend that table because the query itself turns into a table. So great question. Yeah, you're more than welcome to.
All right. Then I have another one here from Emery. I hope I'm saying your name correct. Hi, if you want to calculate over day duration. So I'm assuming maybe like, total hours per day. So if you extended that, maybe if you added another column for each check-in, I guess.
Well, yeah, you could do a day duration. I believe what it would be is a date and you'll be able to subtract days. Let me share my screen again and show you real quick, because that's a great key point there. And I just pulled up my Power Query. So in Power Query, you'll see here, if it is a date, which it would have to be, like if I select here, date does not, it grays out. But if I select here, they might think it's a date. You'll see you can subtract days right here. So it does do that too. Not only that, but you can see, like, you can put it into year, month, quarter, week, day, but it does do subtraction of days. Great question. And it would be the same way that we just did it with time, except, start date, end date, and then subtract the days.
See another one here. Does it work for employee tenure? I'm sure you could put in a column for that. I mean, it would come down to how do you want to measure that tenure. But correct me if I'm wrong, Joe, but you could just add another column and how you wanted to measure that. That could be also incorporated into that table, because that's just an example of that query working. You guys can add whatever data you want in there to create that. You can add more rows and everything like that, and the principles will still work. So you can apply that to whatever else you need done.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying in the beginning. I know all of you are probably dealing with schedule systems that are a little more advanced than what I've shown, but you could take that thought process and now apply to those, and hopefully get something automated, because that's always the best, right? Automation.
Yeah. All right. Is there any other questions in the chat? Yeah, if you guys have any questions, we have a little bit of time, so if you, it doesn't have to be about Excel either. It could be like about PowerPoint, Word, or we'll try to answer it how the best we can. If you guys have any more questions, if not, we can wrap this one up maybe a little bit early than usual. But I can talk forever, guys. Like, honestly, if you want to talk about video games, I can start talking about that. I actually have one that I invested in here. I'm just going to talk about it now because we're not having any questions come through. I haven't seen
new.
So this is what I'm talking about. So you see it's shrink wrapped. This is a game from like 2000, I guess. I'm on the PlayStation 2, so they're on 5. It's shrink wrapped.
Yeah, you never played it? I would have wanted to play.
Oh no, I found it hunt for $10 on eBay, and so it's already like at 90. But
oh wow.
Just to give you guys a range of what these games are selling for. Some of them, like the old Nintendo games, if you guys find an old Nintendo game, like original Nintendo game that's still in the company wrapper, you're sitting on a few $100,000. And if it's a Mario game, I think it's sold for like $3 million or something like that. But it's a burgeoning market, so we'll look into getting that. We do have another question here, so you don't have to hear me yammer about shrink wrap video games. How about using class modules in VBA with real life examples? Class modules in VBA with real life examples. Are you talking about our VBA videos that we have with the where we're covering over the stuff in the chapter? We do try to keep it as like the exercise files in there. We try to simulate office work as much as possible in those videos. If you wanted us to do it right now, I don't know if we have we have about 7 minutes, and we keep a little time for closing the show out. Joe, is there anything you could demo, like maybe in a minute or two on this topic?
Probably not. It's going to be, and I don't usually use class modules so much. I typically will just use the normal modules when I'm building my stuff out. So you can have like class codes, class 1 code. You can then do multiple class module codes, and it kind of just splits it up into a more organized manner of writing your code. But I think Chelsea would speak better to that one, because Chelsea is the guru of VBA. And I mean, great question though. It really is. I think.
Yeah, like I said, we are trying to get Chelsea back on the show, so maybe we can have a show and we'll just do class modules in VBA.
And we'll use those real life examples.
Yeah, exactly. And then we'll just have a show about that. Yeah, let me write that down.
What do we have? We have 4 minutes left. You know what I want to show everyone? I'll show you something new as well that I learned. It is called how many of you, let me know in the chat, have ever heard of the let function? It's a newer function, the let function.
Oh, I thought you said roulette.
No. The let. I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to just try to show you a quick example of the let function and just how awesome it can be. Now, I haven't used this function too many times, so bear with me. But the let function, what it typically does is, and I'm just going to add some stuff here and zoom in a little bit. There we go. Okay, so what the let function does is, let me put item price units. I'll do total units. And let's do, I don't know, total or subtotal. And then I'm going to do taxes because we have to pay taxes on this. I'm just doing a really simplistic on this function, but it has so many capabilities. So essentially we'll have some items here. I'll sell shoes. Let's sell some pants and shirts. Keep it simple. And the price for the shoes will be $25. The price for the pants will be 15, and the shirts will be 10.
Where are you shopping?
Yeah, I know. Joe's imaginary world of let's use currency. We'll say that we've done some random numbers here. By the way, if you ever want to use random numbers and you're trying like to make fake data for, I don't know, maybe you're training something or something else, you can equals rand between. It's a great function where you just choose a bottom number. I'll choose 0, or let's choose 1, and a top number. I'll choose 999, and it gives you random numbers. Pretty cool. And then I could just copy that and then paste it as a value. Otherwise, the numbers will keep changing. Now, the subtotal is going to be equal to the price multiplied, of course, by the total units. So you can do it. There we go. And let's see what we got here. And then I'll just put that down. Okay. Now we have to pay taxes on this. And a lot of times what I've seen people do is they'll use either named ranges or they will use absolute cell reference, right? And they'll typically put taxes up top here, and they'll have like a point where the taxes live, and then they'll do the multiplication. And like I said, you'll have to absolute reference it. Well, no longer do you have to put taxes in a different cell. You actually don't, you could skip that now with the let function. What the let function does is it allows you to create a variable, right? It creates a naming convention for whatever you want it to be. So for instance, let. Don't forget the equal sign, let. All right. So the first thing in my let is it's going to ask me, what do you want to name this thing? And you can name it whatever. I could call it boo-boo if I wanted to. I don't know, right? Or I can call it, well, in our cases, I'll call it tax, because that's what it's going to be. So I'm now saying that tax, it's very similar to coding in VBA or doing code. You're naming a variable. So I'm saying I want tax. Now I'm going to put my comma. It's going to say, okay, what is that value now? What is tax going to be? I'm going to say 8.75%. So now forever in this formula, tax is equal to 8.75%. And if you're writing a huge function out, this is going to save you so much time because now you have variables within the function. Now the calculation is going to be the third thing you put in there. Or you could put in a second variable. So you can have as many variables you want as you're going to be using within this formula. So for this one, I'm saying tax is now equal to 8.75. And now I'm going to do the actual calculation, which would be this subtotal multiplied by, you're going to write tax. See, now tax is an actual, boom, function within. All right, because now we know what tax is. So now you're doing D5 times tax, which we all know is 8.75. Now you press enter, boom, and there it is. And then I can just put it into a currency. Okay. Hope you enjoyed that one. That was the let function, there's so much more to it. You can keep going, but that, if you wanted to start using the let function, there it is.
Yeah. All right. Well, we haven't gotten any more questions, and it is almost time. Wow. It always goes by so fast. Like I'm always worried about, like we're never going to fill the show, but we always do. So I'm not too worried about it. Again, just a quick reminder, guys, if you do like all the videos that we are producing on the channel, I know, we do Excel today, but our main bread and butter is those training videos, those longer videos. If you do like those, please like, subscribe, leave comments on each one of those, and here as well. It helps out tremendously. You guys, like, I know I say it every week, but you have no idea how much that really helps our channel, each like and each subscribe. So thank you to everyone that's been doing that. And then again, we are trying to get a 200,000 subscriber event going. I actually have some time now as I finished up 2 huge projects related to our website and our database. So I'll be able to focus more on getting that event set up. We're thinking of doing possibly a large scale question and answer session where you guys are going to bring your spreadsheets and whatnot. But I'm working on that, just nailing down dates where we can have everyone on. But look forward to that. And then we're going to keep releasing videos and keep in the comments, especially here in the Excel Today show, for anything that you guys want to have, like, whatever programs you want us to cover next, just leave those in the comments. And we do, like, as soon as I see like enough comments, or, like, hey, like everyone's asking about Salesforce or whatever, I do go out and find instructors right away and start having them record. You guys just haven't seen some of those videos come up just because, again, just how we're doing our release schedule right now. But those videos are being created based on the feedback you guys are giving us into the comments. So it helps tremendously guide us, to give you guys the videos and training that you guys want to see here. So that is it for now. Next week, I'm going to try really hard to get Chelsea on for next week. If not, maybe we'll spin the wheel.
Ooh, spin the wheel. That was fun last time. Yeah,
yeah, it was. That was pretty good. Yeah. We still got a few topics on there. So hopefully we can get Chelsea on, and also we might have that web designer on. I did give him a wide range of dates to choose for as far as when he wants to come on, or when they want to come on. I'm assuming real quickly here, but they will. Hopefully we'll have somebody here. If it's, hopefully it's either Chelsea or web designer. If not, we're spinning the wheel. So that's what we got going on next week. Thanks everyone for joining today. And, thank you for all your comments and all your questions. We love to answer them, and it makes the show much more engaging. Anything else, Joe?
That's it for me. So
right.
I'll see you all next week.
Yep. We'll see everyone next week. Have a great weekend.
Bye-bye.